Friday, everyone. I hope you're well. Hope it's been a great week. Excited to have a chance to hang with everyone. We're going to cover a lot of cool stuff. And before we dive into things, though, I need to have a volunteer who is interested in co-hosting and being a co-host and letting the people in the room as we continue to populate. Things are filling up really quickly. We're expecting things to be busy this Friday. So if you're familiar with Zoom and you're comfortable allowing people into the room while presentations are going on, please go ahead and make a mention of the chat. I'll make you a co-host. It doesn't mean you're allowed to draw all over the screen, but you're definitely allowed to welcome people in. Thanks very much. Craig, you'll have to unmute yourself just for a second when I make you co-host, so you can tell me how to properly pronounce your name. There you are. Co-host. Yes. All right, we're all teed up there. Thank you very much for volunteering. Greatly appreciate it. Do me a favor. Please unmute. Yeah, tell me how to properly pronounce your name.
Cray, like crayon?
So I did it.
You did it.
All right. First time was a charm. Thanks very much. Greatly appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
How's your week been?
Fantastic, actually.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, very good. And it's getting better every day. I was up till 6 in the morning watching videos on Bitcoin, the revolution of how the world from the 1700s up through everything that I could read because I couldn't sleep. I'm like, well, I may as well learn.
You may as well be proactive. That's definitely being proactive, especially with the rally that's happening right now. We're expecting big things over the next 60 days. I'm not going to share any predictions myself because I'm not an expert, but big moves. Well, thank you very much, Craig. Greatly appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
I'm going to dive into things, I think, now.
Okay.
Thanks again, everyone, for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and hang out with us for an hour. Usually an hour on Mondays, an hour on Fridays. Same link, same time, same place. What we're going to do today is we're going to share some details regarding a project that some of you have been using for a year. Some of you have been using for a year and a half. Some for even longer have been using this platform with a great deal of success. Some of you have only been involved for a few days or a week or two. And there's another group of you that are here looking at this information for the very first time because someone had asked you to come check this out. And so obviously these presentations happen specifically for the last group, the two last groups, to help you really get a handle of what CFX is, who's behind the platform, how they're doing what they're doing, and whether this is something that's appropriate for you or not. And so we're going to do our best to move through that information. We're also going to draw on the expertise and the experience of members that have been using the platform for some period of time. We're going to ask them to share notes inside the chat regarding their experience for the benefit of all of you that are very new or perhaps not even involved in using the CFX platform yet at all. So first of all, what's important for you to understand that this is a FOREX-based platform. So if that's what you were looking for, you're in the right place. It's in the name of the company, CFX. Also, this is a fully automated platform. It's important that you understand that there's a great deal of expertise and understanding of the Forex market experience in regards to the global trading market as well to create something that is fully automated so that you do not need to have any significant experience in the Forex market. Now, that does not mean that there isn't risk. There's risk anytime that there's real trading happening, there's risk. In fact, anytime that there's not real trading happening, there would be risk. So the global Forex market, it's really important that you're only risking capital, your savings that you can afford to lose. That's the single best way to protect yourself. And the same thing with the other details we're going to share with you as we move into the sharing section of this platform, which of course is the reason why someone shared this with you. Participation is absolutely no guarantee of success. And so like anything that requires effort in life to create success, this is certainly no different. That said, An awful lot of time, energy, and money has been put into this to make sure that this is something that you can do with a tablet or your telephone or your laptop, even if you don't have a successful track record behind you in the global Forex market. So let's dive into the details. But before we do, we're going to play a short 90-second video for you. This year, we are seeing the dream of financial freedom being pushed further and further away from millions of people. Record business closures and massive global layoffs are pushing people's budgets to the breaking point and having a dramatic effect on their quality of life. Many people are being forced to survive on credit, paying today's bills with tomorrow's wages. This is a guaranteed path to financial disaster. Are you currently enjoying the lifestyle that you're working so hard to achieve? In contrast to these statistics, the wealthiest of our populations increase their net worth year after year, and they're able to accelerate their wealth during economic downturns. How is this possible? Financially experienced people put wealth-building principles to work for them, rather than trading their time for a wage. In the following video, we'll introduce you to two of these powerful principles and show you how you can get them working for you right away. At CFX, we believe the opportunity to create financial abundance is the right of every person. A better life can begin now. Start your journey with us today. It will be the most empowering change you've ever made. Okay, so we always like to start off our presentation with that video because of some of the key phrases that were used in it. And one of them is, at CFX, we believe that it is the right of every person, all people, to create financial abundance for themselves. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen automatically. That certainly doesn't mean it's going to happen without work, but it does mean that there are strategies that one can use to certainly dramatically increase your chances of that type of success. And it mentions that towards the end of the video when we talk about certain financial principles to accelerate your success. And we're going to talk about those things as we move through this presentation. So there are two significant industries with which CFX has a footprint. The first is the e-learning industry, and the second is the global Forex market. So e-learning first, on the left-hand side of the screen, a couple of bullet points that are worth reading. As far as the global market, the size of the e-learning marketplace, well, of course, COVID and the 2020 year turned those statistics completely upside down on their heads, with children having to leave school and study from their bedrooms, with parents having to leave the office and do their work from home. We're going to see those numbers absolutely balloon by the time we reach 2025. The other thing that's interesting is the last bullet, 40 to 60% less learning time than in a classroom environment. So if we're looking or in an absolute, if we're looking for silver and bananas not being able to hang with their friends, at the very least, they are capable of absorbing and, in fact, thriving in their classwork, in their studies, even if they're not in a classroom environment. And that's a very good thing. We need as many silver linings, so as many positives in the next couple of years as we absolutely can get. Now, the Forex market is another huge positive, and no pun intended. The immensity of this market is surprising to many, many people. $5.3 trillion. In fact, we're seeing days in the global Forex market that are dramatically exceeding those numbers. This is an average daily volume, 5.3 trillion. It's difficult to wrap your head around the size of that number, 5.3. Consider the entire U.S. national debt could essentially be wiped off in 1 week of the global Forex market trading. It's an absolutely phenomenal marketplace, the size of it. And in fact, the participants from governments around the world and to central banks, of course, the central banks of countries in most countries around the world, multinational corporations, the list goes on and on and on. In fact, just to give you a sense of the size of that market, enthusiastic Forex traders. Now, these are individuals that actually do trade for themselves. They have their own brokerage account or brokerage accounts, and they've funded those accounts with their own capital. There's about 90 million, roughly about 90 million. We call them retail traders. Well, I don't, the industry does. Retail traders. So these are part-time trading or full-time trading enthusiasts. Imagine 90 million people. That's the population of certainly an above average size country. And to consider every single one of those accounts and the hundreds or thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars per account that would be added together over 90 million individual traders. And consider that number. Now that's about 5% of the daily volume in the global Forex market. That's how big that market is. So it's the largest, most liquid financial market in the world. It's also historically proven to be recession-proof. And one evidence of that certainly is something that our members of long-standing in CFX can attest to. If you're in this call and you've been using CFX for the entire 2020 year, so from January all the way through to January 2021, just recently, you've got a year under your belt in CFX, and you can verify that you have seen trading gains week after week after week entirely through the 2020 year. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And this is just a little bit of an authenticator, third-party participant authenticator. So you're not just taking my word for the successful results that CFX has been able to create for its members through what many people would consider a very challenging year. Consider what happened to the Dow, what happened to the S&P, what happened to the stock market specifically this year with COVID, how all those markets were turned upside down on their head and all the change fell out of their pockets, of course, and we've seen nothing but consistency throughout 2020 and the effect that COVID has had on 2020 using this particular platform. Bottom line, there's a great deal of flexibility with risk management in the Forex market, and you can also leverage and compound. So these are two of those financial principles that we've talked about, and they show up in a number of different ways throughout this project, not only in the trading space itself in the Forex market, but also in the sharing space for those individuals that enthusiastically share CFX with others. And then this is a 5-day per week market, not 7 days per week like in the cryptocurrency market, Monday to Friday only. So the very first markets open in Forex, Sunday afternoon if you're in North America, Sunday late early morning if you're, late at night, early morning Monday if you're in Europe, and of course the Monday, which is the Asian markets opening. And then on the end of the week on Friday, the New York markets are the last markets to close. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this, the project specifically, most importantly, the purpose behind the project. Now, often when it's shared and people discuss the primary motivator for the two owners launching this platform, they say it sounds perhaps a little bit too altruistic. The reality is, though, that this was a platform that was launched to assist individuals in gaining financial control of their lives. That was the purpose. And the reason that we know that for certain is that the two individuals that launched the platform were doing extremely well financially before CFX was launched. In fact, the technology that's being used that we're going to talk about in just a couple of minutes existed long before CFX as a company existed. And that's key. That's one of the key factors that I think individuals that know how to vet projects look for very carefully. A track record of success before the offering ever hit the public, something they were doing on their own. The positioning, specifically how they're doing what they're doing, well, this is more of a technological question, and so it's that technology that you'll learn a little bit about in just a couple of slides from now, using the software in the Forex market that we'll discuss. But before we do, I think I should introduce you to not only the two founders of the company, but the individual, the team that they're surrounding themselves with as well. So Oscar Lopez and Edwin Abad, serial entrepreneurs, have been very, very successful in a variety of different endeavors in industries. Edwin, his primary focus has always been, and passion has been, in the Forex market. So anything to do with trading, anything to do with the tech, anything to do with the team is Waskar's domain. And then the rest of the company is Edwin's domain. The rest of the company is what Waskar is managing, including surrounding himself with a very capable team of professional men and women, including more than 30 full-time programmers that work with CFX. Of course, they're partners that have built the back office that all of you use on a regular basis, that have built all the infrastructure when you're logging into and checking trade results, or when you're logging into and tracking any sort of growth of an organization if you choose to do that type of thing. But not only that, the graphics teams and the teams of experts in the trading spaces and the social media teams and the support staff, the list goes on and on and on for a project that's as young as this project is. It's a very, very substantial team of experts that are working day and night to continue to push this forward. Now, if you ask Waskar and Edwin, they would really say that we're still at the starting gate. We're just getting rolling for their master vision for CFX. This is something that they're really looking forward to growing far beyond the position that we are so far, even though we've managed to successfully attract more than 170,000 individuals from a similar number of countries. So the reach has been far, even though it's very, very early for us. Now, corporate offices, specifically, the home for this corporate staff that is always growing, is ultimately going to be when this location is completed one day. There are a couple areas in this presentation that we've had some significant delays, and I'll make those very public for you to understand. And one of those is the corporate office space. So when COVID hit last year and ports, many ports were shut down around the world, Panama was the one that took a very aggressive approach to managing COVID. And so this was a facility that really the guys wanted to have completed around April or May of last year. Ultimately, when it is completed, and you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, some artist renditions, this is being built out as per those artist renditions. There are a variety of hardwoods from South America that are being used. In fact, the designer, the interior designer for this space, or the company rather, is also a South American company. And once this is all built out, as you see there, this will be an open door policy for any and all members that want to go down and tour this space. It will obviously be a meeting space for corporate staff, but in addition to that, and you're going to learn a little bit more about the Academy, which is the cornerstone product of CFX, there actually will be space on this 10,000 square foot floor for more than 150 people to meet at the same time, classroom style, for higher level FOREX studies, those of you who are interested in taking your FOREX studies to that level. So there will be a ribbon cutting ceremony. That ribbon cutting ceremony will be sooner rather than later. And as soon as that happens, then it's open door policy and you'll be able to visit anytime you want to. Now, obviously the thing that brings most people together when we're discussing CFX is trading. Most importantly, it's trading consistency. And there's a reason for that. And I will tell you that there are many traders in the world and there are many companies in the world that have trading results that exceed CFX. We're not the best traders and we're not the most profitable traders on the planet. I can guarantee you that. The thing that we have going for us that I think is very important is consistency. And there's a reason for that. If you take a look at the last sentence in the paragraph on your screen, it says our team of professionals has extensive experience in both FOREX trading and EA design and management. And it's really design and management that I want you to focus on. But first of all, EA, what the heck is an EA? EA is an abbreviation for expert advisor. So this is a piece of software that's purposefully written to trade in the FOREX market. In this case, every piece of software that CFX uses, it owns. Under the umbrella of the trading team that CFX is of course, aligned themselves with, everything is owned and operated by the company. This is critically important. There's no third party and there's no white label. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you are giving away control when you have third party programmers or third party developers build your ecosystem for you, and that's not happening here. So it's the design, the same people that design that software are the same people that are managing it every single day, taking a look at the trades that were successful, the trades that they expected to win, and how they won those trades, but also taking a look at the trades they lost, why perhaps they lost, what kind of market conditions changed that didn't allow their EAs to perform the way ideally they would like them to. And it's that ongoing day-by-day management that ultimately is going to create consistency. And that's really what you want. I would much rather be earning a little bit less in my trading results, but be able to count on those results, then be a little bit more of a gambler where you may have an amazing month and then the next month or the next 2 months you may lose money. So consistency really is the name of the game in my humble opinion. Below that, you can see a screenshot for a computer screen, and this is for a web TV product. Now this is something that you can access on your tablet, on your telephone, on your laptop or your desktop, anything you want. But the nice thing about this being accessible on your telephone, of course, is when you're meeting friends for lunch or when you're going to meet someone for coffee, you can pop open web TV on your phone. You can see, in fact, in this screen, this is a Euro Australian dollar trade. You can see the green and yellow candlesticks. And this is actually going to show your friends the various trading pairs that CFX is currently live and actively engaged in. And in addition to that, of course, you can take your phone and go right to your balance, your trade history in your back office, and you can very clearly show your friends how you've done since the very first day that you've got started with CFX. So that's a very powerful tool for you. Now, I mentioned a few minutes ago, the most important, in fact, the cornerstone of this company is the Academy. So we're going to play a very short video about this, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay, so as the cornerstone of the company, it was the intention of the owners of this platform when they were first designing it that this be a full-service Forex platform. So ultimately what that means is that they know that there are some of you that are going to be interested because maybe of restraints on your timeline, or perhaps the fact that you just don't have the interest in developing skills in the global Forex market, that you may want to take advantage and lean on the automated trade technology that they have. But we also know that there are some of you that would very much like to be actively involved in the trading process, making some decisions for yourself. And then there's another group, albeit a little bit smaller, but just as enthusiastic, perhaps even more so. And you want to learn how to do everything for yourself. You want to learn how to create that consistency in your trading results, so that becomes a skill that you can take anywhere in the world and always be able to be successful. Well, the Academy is designed really to service all three of those groups of individuals, starting with the Elemental series and moving into the Advanced Professional and ultimately the Supreme series. There is hour after hour after hour of curriculum that you'll have access to in detailed videos, in the long term, of course, in detailed videos in multiple languages, and then quizzes at the end of each module, so that you can move your way through this curriculum and really develop a keen understanding of how profits are made within the global Forex market, the things that you need to be careful for, the things that you need to watch out for, and then the behaviors that are really going to help create that consistency for yourself in your trading activity as well. Now, for the time being, how one accesses the Academy, and I want you to think of the Academy as an online university. That's essentially how this is being built out. The Academy is the second area. We talked about two areas that were being delayed by COVID. The second is the Academy. And if you'll notice in that short 30-second video we played, there was a screen that showed a gentleman on a computer screen, and he was wearing a tweed jacket. This Academy was really being recorded as actors speaking to you on the screen, and then just like a broadcaster, let's say a weatherman, having graphics show up over their shoulder to emphasize certain points that they're trying to make. Well, when those actors were no longer able to travel last year, we had to quickly switch the focus of how this is being built out to a graphic focus. So you won't have the live actors on the curriculum when the whole Academy curriculum is launched from A to Z. But what you will have instead is graphics that are put together by our own house graphics team. And I think in the long run, that's going to be maybe a bit of a blessing in disguise, because as we are required to roll this out in multiple languages as well, because obviously our customers are coming from more than just English-speaking countries, then I think it's going to be a lot easier for us to do that at an accelerated pace with the graphics team simply changing languages as opposed to finding actors that speak 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 different languages. So how do you access curriculum moving forward? Well, that's going to be done through something called a trading pack. A trading pack is how you're introduced to CFX. And any member that's using this platform purchased a trading pack. And you'll notice next to each one of these trading packs, there's 3 lines of text to the right-hand side. The trading packs start at the very beginning of $300 US. That's the first step in what we refer to as the trading pack ladder. And there's 15 steps on that ladder, from $300 to $500 to $1,000 and so on. Now, the 3 lines of text that you see, the first line says Academy Pack, the second says Trade Pool Deposit, and the third says Leadership Program. So those have very specific meanings. But what you'll notice is that there are numbers after each one of those lines representing or correlating to each one of those trading packs. For example, if you take a look at the $300 trade pack, it says Academy Pack 90. Well, $300, 30% of $300 is $90. So the remaining $210 on the $300 trade pack, well, that's representing 70%. And you'll see that 70-30 split as you're exposed to each one of these different trade pack options. In other words, for any trade package that you start with, 30% of the value of that trade package is unlocking curriculum in the CFX online university called the Academy. And as you climb that trade package ladder, you continue to unlock more and more and more curriculum as you climb towards the largest trade package at the very end and revealing all of the total curriculum for you. And then, of course, as we mentioned earlier, there will also be opportunities for you to take that even further and go to the corporate office on scheduled dates and learn right from professionals where you can really hammer home the skills that you've been studying online with the curriculum. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade packs in the Elemental series. Now remember, we broke the Academy curriculum up into 3 series. The Elemental series is the first. The Advanced series is the second. There's another 5 steps up the trade package ladder. And if you take a look at each one of these, for example, a $5,000 trade package, well, 30% of that, which is unlocking that trade package worth of curriculum, is $1,500. $5,000, $1,500, 30% is $1,500. The remaining 70% is the $3,500. Now, the last line, the leadership program, you'll notice there's a 2-to-1 ratio. $5,000 trade package, 2,500 personal volume points. Okay, $7,000 trade package, 3,500 points. 10,000 trade package, 5,000 leadership points. Okay, so you see these numbers consistently through all 3 series. The last series, of course, is the Supreme series, and the last 5 steps of the trade package ladder are from $30,000 up to $100,000. Now, what I would like to do, if you don't mind, I'd like to get some participation from those of you who have been in CFX for a few months or longer. Please, for the benefit of guests, let us know where you started on the trade package ladder, how long ago you started there, and where you are currently. That's always greatly appreciated, and I'm sure that guests in the presentation certainly appreciate hearing from members and the kind of success that they've created for themselves through participation. It is also important that you understand that this trade pack ladder was designed for you to start anywhere that's appropriate for you. If that's $300, then that's where you start. If it's $3,000, then that's where you start. If it's $30,000, then that's where you start. It's entirely up to you. Know also that each time you take a step up, of course, or if you start mid-trade package ladder, you're going to be unlocking all of the curriculum up until the point where you started. So if you started, for example, at a $10,000 trade package, you're going to have access automatically unlocked from the 300 trade pack curriculum and the 500, 1,000, 2,000, etc., all the way up to your starting position. Okay, there is no right and there's no wrong. You do whatever's comfortable for you. However, it is important you understand that this was designed to allow you, using gains that you're going to create through participation in the platform, to be able to move up the trade package ladder without spending any more of your own money. You don't need to go into your pocket, and you can't put anything on your credit card. Okay, so you can use gains to climb this trade package ladder. And in fact, the examples that you probably see, I'm just going to have a look in the chat myself. The examples that you probably see pouring in here right now are individuals that made a single purchase and then climbed up the trade package ladder without spending any more money. Now, some members may choose to do that, as certainly is your option, but that's nothing that's required. Okay, so with that, that brings us to the middle of this presentation. And we're going to shift our focus from the beginning, which was the introduction of you to the company, the introduction to the founders behind the company, the introduction to the technology and the results they've been able to create for themselves in their first year and a half of operation. And then moving forward through the product, which is the cornerstone of the company, which is the CFX Academy. And now we're going to transition into the end of this presentation where we focus on those individuals that are looking to squeeze every dollar out of the CFX opportunity. Keeping in mind, participation, purchasing a trade package, you can take advantage of automated, daily trading activities and have nothing else that's required of you. Okay. That's a goal for many very busy individuals. They're looking to make some gains in the global forex market. They just don't have the time to trade for themselves. But we know that there are also members that are interested in earning in any possible way that they can, not only using a platform that they're comfortable with, but also endorsing that platform as well. And that's what we're going to focus on now. So the first group we discussed is a group that we refer to lovingly as bear capital. These are the gains that you'll make through participating with your trading package in the global forex market. Okay, so these are automated trading gains, and these automated trading gains will accrue Monday to Friday, week after week after week, assuming, of course, that every single week is a profitable week. Bear capital is a terminology that you only need to pay attention to if it is your intention to share CFX with someone else. By sharing CFX with at least one other person close to you that you feel could benefit from the structure, this infrastructure, this platform, then you're going to open yourself up to all the bonuses that you see in the center of your screen under the bull category, bull capital category. Okay. Now, bear capital can earn you a total of 2 times the value of any trade package that you could start it with, and bull capital can earn you an additional 2 times in value. So, for example, if you got started with a $300 trade package, you could earn through daily trading gains $600. And at that point, you've reached the end of your bear capital participation in the platform. If you chose to share with one other person, at least as a minimum, you can earn up to an additional 2 times or an additional $600 for $1,200 gain on your $300 trade package starting position. So if you start at $3,000, you can make $6,000 or $12,000. Whether you choose to, I'm going to give you a bit of a 30,000 foot overview to really help hammer some of these points home. Okay, so we're talking about bear and bull benefits here. First of all, the example we're using is a $1,000 trade package. You can see the icon on the far left-hand side of the screen. Now, above that is bear capital. So this is the 70% of the value of the trade package that's going to go to work for you. 70% is $700. 70% of $1,000, I should say, is $700. And remember, you can earn a full 2 times in bear capital, 2 times the value of the trade package total amount. So that's $2,000. In bull capital, remember, this is the 30% that is unlocking the academy. So it's a product sale, and from that product sale, those revenues are being paid to you in 2 different ways. First of all, half of it, $150 in this example, is being received by you as what we call a fast start bonus. This is a personal bonus. You get this. And the other half is going to a unilevel bonus. This is referred to as a team bonus. And remember that 90-second video that we watched at the very beginning of this presentation, we talked about some of those financial principles and putting those principles to work for you. Well, the unilevel is a leverage-based environment, a team building environment. And so this is an opportunity for you to generate a small amount of profit from the activity of many people, as opposed to 100% of the profits of the activity of just the unilevel. And so leveraging yourself is one of those cornerstone growing. All right, so remember, bull capital can earn an additional 2 times the value of the trade package one may have chosen. So on a $1,000 trade package, depending on how you participate, if you're bear only, you can make $2,000. If you're bear and bull, you can make $4,000. Now you hit a crossroads when you reach this point, and the crossroads very simply is this: you have earned everything you can earn in both bear and bull capital from your trade package. So you have 3 different options. Option number 1 is withdraw all of your gains. Pay a withdrawal fee, put them all in your pocket, and walk away from the platform. Option number 2, because this process was successful for you the first time around, you may choose to purchase another $1,000 trade package and just repeat the whole process again. Or option number 3, you may choose to take the next step up. You're going to withdraw your gains, you'll pay a withdrawal fee, and you can take some of those gains to take the next step up the trade package ladder. Now, if you don't recall, the next step from a $1,000 trade package was a $2,000 trade package. Now, why would a person want to do that? Well, if 70% of the value of your trade package is being traded in the global Forex market, that would mean $1,400 is being traded instead of $700. And that would imply that your daily trading profits could increase in size because you're trading a larger amount. And that is absolutely the case. It certainly doesn't guarantee trading results, but it means a winning trading day would be twice as successful for you. And this is why in the chat you're seeing members voluntarily climb that trade package ladder, moving from $2,000 to $3,000 and from $3,000 to $5,000 and $5,000 to $7,000, etc. Because each trade package amount that they're trading, or the trade package size that they move to, 70% of the value of that trade package they're seeing in activity in the global Forex market and in trading daily trader results. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at each one of these in just a little bit more detail, and then we'll be done for the day. First of all, trading results. This is where we start because this is ultimately the most important to most of you because there are a large number of members that are involved in CFX for automated trading results exclusively. Now, as I mentioned before, participation, of course, is absolutely no result. Trading is a risky activity, and so therefore you need to make sure you're selecting trade packages with capital you can afford to lose. That said, there is also a cap per trading week. That's important you understand the cap. There's many people writing articles online saying that CFX is guaranteeing 15% per week. Wouldn't that be nice if that were the case? But of course, in any kind of real trading activity, you'll never see the word guarantee. It just doesn't exist. There are no guarantees in the trading space. What this is actually saying is the most money that you can make in trading results in a single week is 15%. You'll never make more than 15%. So if, for example, we had an extraordinary week and by Thursday, 15% had been reached, that means your trade result for Friday will be a goose egg because you've already hit your cap. Okay. Now, trading, I'll give you a little bit of a background as to exactly what's going on behind the scenes. Monday to Friday, multiple trading trades are engaged in by the CFX software, by the EA, and all the winning trades and all the losing trades are all added together at the end of the trading day. Now, right off the top, CFX is charging their success fee, their activity fee, or their professional service fee for engaging in all the trading activity on our behalf. And the balance is shared with all members that own the trade package. That's it. So if, for example, we have a 1.35% day on a Wednesday, every single member is going to receive 1.35%. 1.35% of the capital that's being traded on your behalf that's also listed in your back office. Okay? Very important. Very fair system, and that's the way that's been done from the very beginning. Now, I should also say in regards to the trade results, it is through this trading activity as we start to swing into phase 2 of CFX, and many of you are following updates on phase 2, which is the copy trading phase. Of course, when that launches for everybody, you'll actually have your own brokerage account with your capital sitting inside your own brokerage account. And a lot of people are asking, well, what's the difference between the two? Well, the primary difference, of course, with your own brokerage account is that's your capital. That's always your capital. And one of the benefits of having your own daily capital traded from your own account is that you can benefit from compounding. Remember, that's one of those financial principles. You can benefit from that on a daily basis. For example, if you have $1,000 that's being traded in your own brokerage account, and we have a 2% trading day, well, 2% of $1,000 is $20. Your trading activity starts on the Tuesday, the next day, with $1,020 being traded. And the effect that compounding, especially daily compounding, can have on your results is really quite staggering. So that's something for all of us to be looking forward to later this year. Now let's talk about the bonuses that come from selling the CFX product, which is the Academy. Remember, 30% of the value of every trade package is a product sale. And this is critically important because bonuses in the network marketing space in any country, unless you have a securities license, can only come from a product sale. And this is part of the reason there's so much money, so much time, and so much energy that's being dedicated to the development of this product for the short term and the long term. Because in addition to Forex information, there's the opportunity with our own custom built system to add any kind of financial expertise, financial information, financial tools, and so on into our own private university that we want to. So this is the first step of a very exciting long-term business product that will be available for our members for years to come. Now, that 30%, if you remember from the overview site, was split into two ways. The Fast Start bonus, the personal bonus, and the team bonus called the Unilevel. So the Fast Start, first of all, 50% of the 30%, in other words, 15%, 1-5. Half of 30% is 15%. If you personally referred me to CFX and I got involved in a $1,000 trade package, 15% of that value is a Fast Start bonus for you. 15% of $1,000 is $150. So not only would you receive that $150, that would go directly to you because you shared it directly with me or anyone else. But in addition to that, if I choose to climb the trade package ladder and work my way all the way to the top, every single time that I take a step up the trade package ladder, you're going to earn another Fast Start bonus. So this is not a one-time bonus. This is potentially a reoccurring bonus that you're going to get over and over and over again. Now, the Fast Start is something that will also continue to grow larger. For example, if I'm climbing from a $30,000 trade package to a $40,000 trade package, well, that's a $10,000 jump. You're going to get 15% of that amount as well. And it will continue as I continue to climb that trade package ladder. The Unilevel is the other half of the product sale. It's another 15%. So if I got started with a $1,000 trade package, that's $150 that went to you as a Fast Start bonus, and an additional $150 that's going into this team bonus. So let's break this all down for you so you understand how this works. Remember, we talked about leverage, compounding, and trading. Leverage here. So this is critically important because some of you now are generating Unilevel earnings on a week-by-week basis that is far beyond your ability to create all by yourself, because this is a culmination of a team effort, and you're one of the benefactors because you are the one that got that team started. So the way Unilevel works, very simply, if you personally refer me, I sit on your level 1. If you personally refer 2 or 3 or 4 other people, they also sit beside me on your level 1. As each of us choose to share with somebody else, those people that we share with that are part of our level 1 are part of your level 2. And if those people add someone else to become their level 1, well, that's your level 3. And that's how this bonus organically grows, level by level by level. Very simple. Now, you can see from the graphic in front of you, levels 1 to 4 are automatically unlocked, and they're all 10% levels. When you reach the rank of executive, and we'll talk about how to do that in just a couple of minutes, you unlock levels 5 and 6. When you hit the rank of manager, you unlock levels 7 and 8. Director unlocks level 9, and President's Club unlocks level 10. So you can see in front of you 1, 2, 3, 4 levels at 10% payout each, levels 5 and 6 at 20% each, and levels 7, 8, 9, 10 at 5% each. So you add all of those together, and it equals 100%. So you know exactly where every dollar goes when it enters this bonus. This is very important. For example, I joined on your level 1 because you sponsored me at a $1,000 trade package. That means 15% of that in value went into this bonus. $150 went into this bonus. Well, what part of that do you earn? Well, I'm on a 10% level, so you're going to earn 10% of the $150, $15 for you. If someone else sponsored me lower into your team in your level 5 or your level 6, well, then you'll earn 20% of my contribution of $150, $30 for you. Or if I was a little further down into your team, level 7, 8, 9, or 10, then you would earn 5% of my $150 contribution, $7.50. Now, here's one of the great things, of course, is that you're generating a little bit from the activity of everybody that's in your team and everybody that they add to their team. It becomes a very powerful bonus, potentially, over time. Remember I said earlier, participation is no guarantee of success. You'll need to sponsor a few friends into this who do the same thing for this to start to grow organically. The other thing that's important, if you take a look below President's Club, you'll see a 1%. Well, President's Club Ambassador and Global Ambassador unlocks something called a global bonus. Now, this is very important because as friends share with friends, you'll notice you're going to start to fill up levels 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through to level 10, probably much quicker than you think. And the reason is because of things like the application that or rather the window that you can see right into the trading in your back office. This is quite an easy platform to share. And so as this continues to grow beyond level 10, there's something called a global bonus that will allow you to earn from level 11 to unlimited levels of growth. So if you have 20 levels of growth in your team, you can earn from all of that. If you have 30 or 40 or 50 over time, you can earn from all of that. And that's critically important as well. So that's where the global bonus shows up. Now, the last bonus for us to discuss, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the leadership program, and then we'll wrap up, is the force matrix. Force matrix, and you can see numbers following the title, 3 by 10. So 3 by 10 are telling you some very specific details pertaining to this structure. First of all, level 1, everyone has a level 1, and level 1 can only hold 3 people. So this is very different than the bonus we just finished talking about, the unilevel, because you can personally refer 5 friends, 10 friends, 100 friends or more to the unilevel, and they're all beside each other on your level 1. Well, that's not possible in the force matrix. The first 3 people that join you in this venture are going to sit on your level 1, unless someone has already taken a position in your level 1 from above. You can see all the gray arrows at the top of this graphic. Because there's only a fixed number of places for people to go on each level, you often will get what we refer to as people being dropped down into your matrix from above as well. But let's say the first 3 people that you shared this with occupy your level 1, position 1, position 2, and position 3. And they quickly add their 3 friends. That means the 4th person that you go to add cannot even fit on your level 2. There's no room. It's been filled. They have to go to your level 3 or your level 4 or wherever there's room available. And in fact, if you're looking for the most effective way to quickly fill out your matrix, it's as simple as this. You choose to endorse the platform and share it with 3 friends that you want to work with and assist them to do the same. And as this builds out in multiples of 3, you're just going to fill up your matrix the most effective way possible. So you can see this, the numbers down the center of the screen, 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, etc. Now, how does this bonus make you a fee of 20% that all their participant or sharing the platform as well and earning bear and bull capitals? Every single member is going to pay a 20% withdrawal fee when they go to make a withdrawal. Now, here's why there's not a revolt over this, losing 20% every time you make a withdrawal, is because this was made by the company for us, for the members of the company. In fact, take a look at the second paragraph. That 20% withdrawal fee is divided amongst 3 bonuses. Half of it is going to the bonus you're looking at now. 10% is going to a matching bonus, and the remaining 40% is going to leadership rank bonuses we'll talk about in just a moment. Okay. Take a look at the warning or the caution sign below in the gray box. Strategy, we're going to create a constant residual reward for customers and business builders alike. Very, very smart. Now, how does this equate to dollars and cents in your pocket? Well, take a look at the green numbers on the far right of the graphic. 3, 3, 3, 5, 6, 10, 30, 20, 10, 10. Now, add all of those together, and just like in the unilevel, those green numbers add up to 100%. So you know, every dollar goes into this bonus, you know exactly where that dollar went. Okay? To create transparency in all of these bonuses is critically important. Now, I'm going to give you an example of how you earn. Let's say one member from your level 7. You take a look on the graphic, the numbers on the left-hand side down to level 7. Now remember, this grows out in multiples of 3. So there's room on your level 7 for 2,187 people. That does not mean you're going to have 2,187 people in your level 7. It's entirely based on the efforts of yourself and the people around you. However, there is room for that many people. Regardless, in this example, one of those people on your level 7 is going to do a $1,000 withdrawal. A $1,000 withdrawal and a 20% fee means the fee is $200. Now, of that $200 fee, remember, half of it is going into the bonus that you see here. So half of $200 is $100. And if you look at the green number on level 7, that's a 30% level. So of the $100 going into this bonus, you are going to earn 30 minus, of course, level 7, which is what you've already been paid on. Okay, so that's exactly how this bonus works. Now, here's the great thing. Just like the Fast Start bonus, where members may choose to climb the trade package ladder, and you will continue to earn more and more Fast Start bonuses. Remember, exactly the same thing happens with the Unilevel bonus and with the Matrix bonus. Because as members continue to participate in the platform, there's multiple contributions over and over in the Unilevel, as we've talked about. Every time they climb the trade package ladder, it's another contribution to your Unilevel. Every time a new person gets involved, it's another contribution to your Unilevel. And likewise, every single time a member of your growing team makes a withdrawal, it's a contribution to your Matrix bonus. So this is also a recurring bonus over and over again. Very sharp in design. Now, the forced Matrix match is exactly what it sounds like. You'll earn a 10% match from any person that you personally you've referred to the platform. So here's the simple way of looking at it. If you're earning a Fast Start bonus from someone, you're also going to be earning a 10% match of their Matrix total. So if someone that you sponsored made $7,000 in their Matrix, guess what? You're going to earn $700 as a match. Very powerful stuff. And you'll see all of the colored lines on the right-hand side of the screen are simply showing you at which trade package levels are you unlocking another level of earnings in your 10-level matrix. For example, a $5,000 trade package has your earnings levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whereas you need to jump up to a $10,000 trade package to unlock level 7 in the matrix. And that's exactly. Now, the reason that is being unlocked this way, instead of by the ranks, manager, director, etc., that we showed you in the Unilevel, is because, remember, this bonus is for everybody. You do not need to sponsor anybody into CFX to be able to take advantage of this Unilevel bonus. Let me show you what I mean. Remember, we said you can only have 3 persons on your level 1. Now, if you're a customer in CFX and you've never referred anybody, because of strategic positioning, you may very well end up with someone or multiple people dropped into your matrix just because you're part of a very quick moving team in CFX. That's entirely possible. And again, part of this bonus, because every single member contributes to it. Every single member is making a withdrawal, and so they're all contributing to the matrix bonus. And so, to be fair, every single member is entitled to benefit from the matrix. Okay? So that's why access to this bonus couldn't be rank based. So it needed to be trade pack size based, because someone who never refers anyone to CFX won't hit executive. They won't hit manager. They won't hit director. Okay. So bonus is very, very fair across the board, whether you're simply participating in trading, passive trading, or automated trading results, or whether you're actually sharing this with others. Now, last thing to discuss, and this is specifically for those of you who do choose to share the platform with others because you're looking to take advantage of all of the bonuses we've been discussing. Now, keep in mind, again, the company has an interest also in your activities, which is why they have these bonuses in the first place. Remember how CFX makes money. If you recall, at the end of every trading day, we said Monday to Friday, all the winning trades are added, all the losing trades are added together, and they take their service fee right off the top. So if we're sharing with people that are important to us, that are perhaps looking to benefit from some automated trading gains, and we move CFX from 1,000 people to 10,000 people to 100,000 people and more, that means more trading activity. That means the trading fees that CFX are charging are also growing as well. This is absolutely a win-win. They're earning as well as us earning, and that's key to any long-term, consistent and dynamic partnership. It needs to be a win-win. So now, specifically regarding the bonuses and the leadership program, how do I reach the rank of executive? Well, if you recall, when we were talking about the Unilevel, the most significant benefit to hitting executive is unlocking levels 5 and 6, those 2 blue levels in your Unilevel. Remember, those are the two highest paying levels, 20% levels. So hitting executive is something that's very much worth doing, because if you're earning 10% on levels 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 40%, well, levels 5 and 6 are 20% each. You potentially doubled your ability to earn inside the unit level. Okay, how do we do it? Well, 500 PVP. Remember personal volume points. When we looked at the trade package ladder, it was always the leadership program points were 50% the value of the trade package. So that means 500 PVP equals a $1,000 trade package. $1,000 trade package minimum to be an executive. Minimum, refer 3 individuals, 3 people you personally refer to the platform, and a total minimum of 25,000 group volume, personal group volume, GV, okay, with a maximum of 15,000 coming from one line of lineage. So if I referred 3 friends, that's 3 separate teams, all side by side. One team, I can count a maximum of 15,000 points of the total required 25,000. The remaining 10,000 points can come from any number of other teams. I may have 5, I may have 10, I may have 20 teams or more. Okay, that's how I hit executive. I need to do that 25,000 total points in a 30-day period. It's a 30-day rolling calendar, remember. So points are not going to 0 at the beginning of each month, which I know many of you hate from previous projects. Well, this is accumulation of points from day 1 to day 30. On day 31, new points are added, and the points from day 1 drop off. On day 32, new points are added, and the points from day 2 drop off, and it continues to roll along like that. And that creates more consistency for you and makes it easier for you to hit these ranks. Now, you hit executive, you unlock levels 5 and 6 on the unit level, and one other bonus as well. So that begs the question, well, how do I become a manager? Simple. You help 2 people, any 2 people, whether you referred them or someone else did. You help 2 people become executive, the rank that you've reached. You're an expert at executive because you just hit it. You help them become executive and you become a manager. How do you become director? We help 2 people become managers. How do you become president? You help 3 people become directors. There's a 3rd line added here, and that's why it's important to start with 3 lines right from the very beginning. Personally refer 3 to get to executive, because you're going to need that 3rd line at some point moving through the trade pack, or moving through rather the leadership program. And then same thing applies for ambassador and global ambassador. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the prizes as we wrap up. First of all, executive. In addition to unlocking levels 5 and 6 in the unit level, this is also one of those very cool paper-thin iPad Airs with the collapsible or folding keyboard, $900 in value. If you don't use one or don't need one, you can take 75% of the value of this in BTC paid directly to your wallet. Hitting manager is significant. $10,000 prize, his or her day date or day just stainless Rolex. And of course, you can also take 75% of the value of this as well in BTC. Travel. At some point, you can bank this. This is 5-star, anywhere in the world, travel for 2. $15,000 in value. So you can just sit on this and wait to use it anytime you want to. Or, of course, you can also take BTC. And hitting President's Club. Now, this is significant because in addition to unlocking level 10 in your unit level, if you remember, this was also the beginning point to access the global bonus. Remember, level 11 and beyond. So as you start to grow to level 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on, unlocking this President's Club prize allows you to gain access in earnings in the unit level to all of that. $100,000 towards anything Porsche manufactures. In fact, we just had a couple new President's Club members just last month or the month prior, I think early last month. And we know there are many of you that are getting very close as well. We also have some new ambassadors as of a couple or 3 months ago. $200,000 towards anything that Ferrari manufactures, and for global ambassadors, $500,000 towards anything Lamborghini manufactures. And of course, with each one of these, you can also accept 75% of the value of BTC. So, with that, I want to thank you all very much for your attention. I certainly appreciated you being here. For those of you who are new, thanks for hanging out with us, and I hope that all of the valuable information and personal experience that our experienced members shared with you in the chat was of benefit to you as well. Thanks, members, for sharing that information. And also for brand new individuals here for the first time, do your friend a favor that asked you to participate in this meeting. Let them know whether participating as someone that's just benefiting from automated trading, we refer to that as bear gains, if that's appropriate for you, or even though you don't have all the answers yet, you know you're going to want to squeeze every dollar out of the platform with all of the bonuses that we talked about in the second half. Let them know if that's something that's appropriate for you. And this will help them get you started the right way. Okay. With that, thanks everyone very much. Have a fantastic weekend. And I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. Thanks again.
Hello. I hope you gained a lot from the presentation that was given. Thank you very much, John. We appreciate the teaching you've given us tonight. Yeah, thank you very much, John. We appreciate your presentation. And other guys, as John has said, if you have any, you are encouraged to get people, get into the system, secure your future. And if you have any question, just send your questions into the group, and then we take it up from there. Thank you very much. God bless.